Have you ever stopped and wondered why certain moments in your life feel too perfect to be random? Why you think of someone and suddenly, almost magically, they call or text you? Or why you take a different route home one day, and that single choice sets off a chain of events that changes your entire life? Most people dismiss these moments as coincidence, but what if they are something far deeper, something that reveals the very blueprint of reality itself? What I want to share with you today is not just an idea, but a realization that once it lands in your awareness, you can never unsee it. It's the recognition that synchronicity, the so-called coincidences of life, is not the exception. It's the rule. It's the hidden language of the universe, and once you learn to read it, your entire life transforms. For as long as we can remember, we've been taught to see the world as a machine. We're told reality is random, cold, indifferent, that life is a dice roll and our job is to survive as best as we can. Schools, media, even our culture reinforces this view. Why? Because when you believe everything is random, you stop questioning the deeper patterns. You accept life as something that happens to you, rather than something you participate in. You become a passive observer instead of a conscious creator. And that is exactly how systems of control want you to live. But here's the truth. Reality is not a series of disconnected events. It is an intricate web of meaning, where your inner world and outer world are in constant dialogue. That conversation happens through synchronicity. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, called them meaningful coincidences. He noticed that sometimes external events line up with internal states in ways too precise to ignore. A dream predicting an encounter, a symbol appearing again and again just as you face a big decision. He believed these moments revealed something profound, that the boundary between your mind and the world is not as solid as you think, that consciousness and matter are deeply entangled. Now, Jung hinted at this, but he stopped short of saying the full thing. Synchronicity is not a rare anomaly. It is the foundation of how reality works. Every thought, every feeling, every belief you hold sends ripples into the field around you. That field responds with experiences that mirror your inner state. What you call your life is not a random movie playing out on a screen. It is a mirror reflecting back the frequency you radiate. Think of it like this. Your emotions and thoughts are not trapped inside your head. They're energy. They're vibrations that extend beyond your body, interacting with the greater field of reality. When you're radiating fear, scarcity, and self-doubt, the world reflects back confusion, obstacles, and struggle. When you shift into gratitude, love, and trust, suddenly doors open, opportunities appear, people arrive at the perfect time. It's not magic, it's resonance. Just like two tuning forks vibrating in harmony, the universe matches your frequency with experiences of the same kind. This is why synchronicity feels so uncanny. It's not random. It's the universe holding up a mirror and whispering, "Pay attention, you're aligned." Or sometimes, "You're out of alignment." Synchronicity is feedback, it's guidance. It's a language of symbols, numbers, encounters, dreams, even technology itself. Yes, even the song that plays at the right moment or the message that pops up on your phone isn't just random. It's part of the same dialogue. For centuries, ancient traditions knew this. The I Ching in China, shamanic practices across cultures, the Vedantic wisdom of India, all spoke of a reality where everything is interconnected, where the illusion of separation is just that, an illusion. Modern physics is catching up. Quantum entanglement shows particles remain connected across distance. Neuroscientists like Jacobo Grinberg discovered that consciousness itself influences physical fields. And thinkers like Michael Talbot showed that the universe might be a hologram, where every part contains the whole. In such a universe, how could anything ever be truly separate? So why don't we live this way? Why aren't we taught this from birth? Because a person who understands synchronicity is impossible to control. Imagine billions of people waking up to the fact that they are not victims of chance, but conscious co-creators. Imagine what happens to politics, to economics, to religion, When people stop outsourcing power and start listening to the signs the universe is already giving them. That's why this truth has been suppressed. That's why we're conditioned to laugh it off as coincidence or superstition. Because if you knew your true power, the game would be over. But here's the good news. Once you start noticing, you can't go back. You begin to see patterns everywhere. Numbers repeating, 111, 222, 333. Animals crossing your path at key moments. Dreams that predict outcomes. Encounters that arrive right on time. The more you pay attention, the more the dialogue opens. It's as if the universe has been waiting for you to wake up and finally listen. And when you do, something incredible happens. Life stops feeling random and starts feeling alive. It starts feeling personal, like the universe is a partner in your journey. Because it is. Every synchronicity is like a breadcrumb, guiding you toward your highest expression, nudging you back when you stray, encouraging you when you doubt. It's not about superstition or magical thinking. It's about recognizing the feedback loop between your consciousness and the field of reality. So how do you work with this? Start simple. Pay attention. Keep a journal. Write down the signs, the numbers, the dreams, the encounters that feel significant. Over time, you'll see a personal language emerge. The universe doesn't speak to everyone in the same symbols. For one person, a hawk might mean strength and clarity. For another, it might mean warning. Your job is not to follow someone else's dictionary of signs, but to discover your own. To map the unique dialogue between you and the field. And don't force it. Synchronicity is not about controlling life, but aligning with it. It's not about making things happen through willpower, but about tuning your frequency so that the right things naturally flow. That's why meditation, gratitude, presence, these aren't just spiritual cliches. They're vibrational technologies. They tune your inner field so you can perceive and attract experiences aligned with your true nature. Here's the bigger shift. When you really get this, victimhood dissolves. You stop blaming luck, chance, or fate. You stop seeing yourself as powerless. Instead, you realize that every obstacle, every pattern, even the so-called negative synchronicities, are not punishments but feedback. They're showing you where you're misaligned. They're pointing to beliefs, emotions, or fears that are asking to be healed. Once you shift those, your external reality shifts too. It's that direct. And this isn't just about personal happiness. It's about the future of humanity. Imagine a world where people live tuned into synchronicity, where decisions are made from alignment, where relationships are understood as mirrors of consciousness, where leaders cannot manipulate with fear because people see through the illusion. That's the revolution. That's the awakening. And it starts with you paying attention to the signs that are already in your life. So I'll leave you with this. Next time you experience a synchronicity, don't dismiss it. Pause, feel it, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to tell me? What frequency am I radiating that brought this into my field? What is the universe guiding me toward? These questions open the door to a dialogue that never ends. Because the truth is, you were never separate from the universe. You are the universe expressing itself as you and speaking to itself through every synchronicity. Coincidences, they don't exist. What you call coincidence is the universe reminding you that you're far more powerful, far more connected, and far more significant than you've been led to believe. The question is, are you ready to listen?